Hello and welcome to another in the mini-series. This time we're in the Airbus A321 by Toliss. Once again, San Francisco International, and our objective is going to be Cold-n-Dark to Across the Bay ASAP. Got to work in stopwatching for this one, and for those of you interested in trying, this is how the A321 does start up when you load up. So notice here we got the cargo doors open. And if you are interested, again, it's the maintenance stand up here, you know, so we don't got to push back from gate. Because remember, the rules dictate no assistance from ground crew. And so to make sure that this is valid, you know, there's a couple of things that we got to do when we're inside the aircraft. Again, just to make it a little more realistic. So again, with no assistance from ground crew, we got to make sure that all of these quick services are turned off. Other thing here, aircraft doors, just make sure they're all closed, because as you see, some of them are opened by default, and you know that, it's to simulate when you're at a gate and trying to do it realistic. We're not. We're at a stand out in the middle of nowhere with no assistance from ground crew. And so you want all of that set to that before you start. And the other thing, come over to your load menu. We're not going to have any passengers in, clearly, and make sure that you've got some fuel here. See, it's default may be set to 0. And so, you know, if you want to put a couple of people on and pretend it's your wife and kids or whatever, you know, go for that. But block fuel, you know, whatever it is, I'm just going to go for something like £10,000. And so with those quick loads, quick applies, that is it. The rest of it is completely cold and dark. And so with that done, let's make a start then and see how quick we can get across the bay. And so let's fade the music away. And as I said, we got a stopwatch this time. And so let's come into the cockpit and 3, 2, 1, let's go. There's the stopwatch. And so battery, APU master. And now it's a case of waiting for this button to come alive. And there we go. Nice and quick, so a bit quicker than I was fearing. And we got to wait for that whole thing to spring to life. And while we are waiting for it, a good a time as any to brighten up the displays here. And start to hear the APU come into life. And our destination is always going to be Oakland on the other side of the base, so we'll see how quick we can get that. And there we go. Jump into life. Fantastic. So it's on bus. So coming over here, we don't got time for a line. So it's going to be ATT there. Crew supply. We're going to hear a bunch of alarms, but there's not much we can do about that. And with that, let's see if we can start up already. So engine number 2, up you come, please. Still got the self-tests going on. May as well type something in while we're waiting for it all to boot up. Doesn't look like it actually took hold, so let's try that one more time. I just realized, uh-oh, big mistake. APU bleed, let's try again. At least now the tests will be ready. I don't think this one's capable of a dual engine start. There we go. Coming alive now. IRS in it. It's not going to work anyway. We're in ATT mode. Let's just put some numbers in. And as soon as that engine's on, we're going to start making our way to the runway. We've had some release the parking brakes there. put some of the lights on. You never know, might scare the zombies away. Well, that or it's going to draw them towards us, but never mind. All right, that sounds like a good start. As soon as that engine even begins stabilizing or has any inkling of a stabilization, I'm adding power. That mistake with the APU bleed's going to have cost me a few seconds. Come on. Come on, it's still not giving, mate. There we go. We've got available. Let's go ahead, start one. We'll set flaps 1. Hi, they do take a long time to start up, these Neo engines. I forgot exactly which ones are in, but the Neo ones, you know, they got more power and they're better in the long cruise, but in terms of quick startups and turnarounds, these are not the engines that you want. Looks like we're in the negative there. There we go. QNH 1018, although we're in America, aren't we? So that should really be, there we go. Something like that. I'm already going to start rolling down the runway, even though we're far from ready. Standing on the right rudder, as long as I can keep going down the runway. Come on, get available. Come on, give me power. Come on, number 1. It's slowly winding up. There we go. I needed a lot of rudder there. I was stood fully on every time I couldn't do it. I was cutting power and even using a bit of brakes. There we go. Look at the speed fly up. We got no passengers on. Wheels in, flaps in. Wow. I thought it would be quicker than the Boeing, and it's taken 5 minutes just to get off the ground. Now, granted, some of that was down to the APU bleed, but only, what, 20 seconds or so? I tell you what, fly-by-wire is still working quite nicely, despite the lack of, what do they call them in the Airbus? The ADIAs. Whoa. Stay out of the barber pole. How quick this thing gets up to speed when there's no weight in it. Alright, well, we're setting ourselves up for landing, so auto brake there. And the lights are on. Oh, we've still got so as a bleeds off takeoff. Well, we can certainly get rid of that now. And anything else up here? I think it's fine. Alright, fast approach in Oakland here on the left. What's the problem? Transponder's on standby. Well, we're not going to worry about that too much. There you go. For what good it's worth, we've got no positional information anyway, so what the transponder can do when it doesn't know where it is, I don't know, but it wanted it, it's got it, it seems to be happy. Alright, putting the boards out. Because it's not a Boeing, I can't throw it around in quite the same way and use aerodynamic braking as much as I'd like. I can pull a lot of alpha in the Boeing and use that to help slow you down. At least this we can roll quite sharp. What is it? Is it 75 or 70 degrees maximum bank? Alright, wheels down.
Sink rate.
Flaps warm.
Sink rate. Sink. Pull up. Pull.
Side slipping.
Pull up. Pull
as best I can.
Pull up. 500.
We're coming in too hot. I'm not liking this.
Terrain, terrain.
Do you know what? I think
terrain.
that is not going to go. I've not got enough runway left, I don't think.
Terrain, terrain. Terrain.
I'll tell you what, boards in, boards in.
Terrain, terrain.
And we're going to circle round for this one here on the left-hand side. We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Terrain, terrain.
It's going to be a very sharp turn to final, but we'll make it.
Terrain, terrain.
How does a Jitwiz even know terrain? It doesn't know where it is because it's... Well, it can't know where it is unless it's based off GPS. I don't know. It could be based on GPS because, again, we're using ATT. Alright, here's the turn to final then. Flaps 3. Flaps full to go. Runway in sight.
300.
Let's go flaps full.
200. Speed, speed, speed. 100. Speed.
Down you go. Alright, well, still inside 10 minutes.
30.
But
Retard. 10. 5.
that was much slower than the Zebo. And we're down. Reverse is on. Little bit of rain there, not much. Just starting as we get there. Alright, there we go. 9 minutes, 40 seconds from KSFO to Oakland. Hope you enjoyed that, as I feel that there was like room for 20 seconds improvement, and if I tidy up the end there a bit, maybe a few more seconds. But overall, I really was expecting this one to be easier, but it wasn't. So until next time, and I look forward to seeing you again when we try this with another aircraft. Until then, bye-bye.